Hey there, my name is Deltah and welcome back to another Division Heartland video. With the unveiling and potential release of the Division Heartland hopefully right around the corner, and the unveiling of the brand new Division mobile game, the Division Resurgence, I wanted to talk about why we as the Division community need a unified Division universe. And I'll get into what I mean by that over the course of this video. But first I have a couple things I want to mention regarding me. So as some of you may know, fellow Division content creator Rogue Gold and I have a new podcast together. On there we talk about all things pop culture and Division related, so go ahead and give the West 42nd podcast a subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Link will be in the description below. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to me yet, I would really appreciate it. It's one small click for you, but to me it means a whole lot. Thank you guys so much. I took a little bit of a break this last week or so from making videos just to kind of recharge and re-energize myself from making videos. So yeah, I'm back, baby.
I can't let this slide. I've got to ratio this
YouTube algorithm.
So you may be wondering, Deltah, what do you mean by a unified Division universe or a unified Division franchise? Well, viewer, I'm so glad that you asked. So you know how Destiny 2 reintegrates content from Destiny 1 into the current game of Destiny 2 via the Destiny Content Vault, where new players get to re-experience the iconic moments from way back in like 2014 when Vault of Glass came out and all that sort of stuff, and Bungie gets to bring back their iconic pieces of content for the current and new players who may not have experienced that stuff way back when, or how Call of Duty has a portal where you can launch every single one of their recent titles in one unified launcher. These are examples of developers preserving their franchise continuity within all of their different games. The reason this stuff comes to mind is because the Division Heartland and the Division Resurgence are going to be releasing relatively soon, and they will expand the Division audience into new markets and new gameplay delivery methods with mobile content offerings and crossplay within the Division Heartland. And with the Division Heartland being a different sort of take on the survival genre, closer towards Escape from Tarkov, the Division universe is breaking new grounds within new markets as we speak. I mean, seriously, the Division universe is getting a movie, 2 new books. The areas of the internet where the Division universe is expanding to is... The list is extensive, let's just say that. And I'm not gonna sit here and be an armchair developer and say, this is what Massive should do, this is what Ubisoft need to do, yada yada yada, because I'm not a game developer. I won't pretend to know the struggles with that and all sorts of stuff. That's just kind of outside my wheelhouse. What I will say is, the best chance of getting a Division 3 is by preserving franchise continuity and making it easier for more players to transition from spin-off Division games to the mainline Division titles such as Division 1 and Division 2. The reason why these spin-off titles are such a good entry point into the Division franchise is because they're free to play. The barrier to entry for these titles are very, very low. To quote Diablo Immortal's infamous line from their reveal,
Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones.
I'm just kidding. But it does kind of underscore a point that the barrier to entry with these new Division titles are very, very low, and especially the fact that they're free really goes a long way in terms of bringing the Division to a new audience. And given the fact that these titles are now free to play, it'll probably do well to bring in a younger audience to the Division franchise. And this younger audience probably won't have played or have heard of the Division 1 and all the great stuff that happened during that time, way back in 2016, almost 6-7 years ago. So this is where I loop back around to the Destiny Content Vault example from earlier in the video. I don't really know exactly how it would work. Maybe say, for example, parts of Midtown Manhattan were added into the Division Heartland. That seems like a little bit of a stretch, but with the Division Resurgence already being set in the Division 1's map area, preserving franchise continuity between the Division Resurgence and the Division 1 is going to be super important. Because if you really think about it, people who have only experienced the Division Resurgence on a mobile platform may be like, wait, I kind of want to test out what the source material for this game is like. And then this is where Ubisoft can step in with their monetization machine and offer incentives to go from the Division Resurgence to the Division mainline titles such as the Division 1 and the Division 2. You know, you could offer lots of deals, or like if you play a certain amount of hours on the Division Resurgence, you'll get a promo code or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Anything that they want to do to increase engagement and get an influx of new players and new money into the Division franchise. The reason why it's so important for new players to want to interact with the mainline Division titles is because the revenue and all of the different projects that are not mainline Division titles like Division 1 and 2 are handled separately. Developers on Twitter stated that the funding to fund the different projects are handled separately, meaning that the development of the Division Resurgence and the Division Heartland are in no way, shape, or form impacting the development of the Division 2, which is both a blessing and a curse, I would say, because if Heartland tanks or Resurgence tanks, then it won't necessarily impact the development and resource cost or available resources allotted to the development of the Division 2 and vice versa. However, the way it's set up is kind of genius actually, because if the Division Heartland and the Division Resurgence do well, there's a lot of positive benefits such as, positive brand recognition, like I said, franchise continuity, and overall a positive disposition towards the Division universe is only looked at as a good thing. So while the developer resources and the cost going into developing these new games are separate from the Division mainline titles, the success of these titles are very much intertwined with each other. So it makes a lot of sense why the development of all of these 4 different titles are handled separately. The success of all of these titles are very much dependent on each other. So I'm not exactly sure what the target audience for this part of the discussion is, but if anyone from Massive is listening, or if you're just a Division fan and you want to engage in discussion, please let me know what you think down in the comment section below about having a Division content vault perhaps, or maybe even a dedicated Division launcher on your Xbox, your PC, your phone, that keeps all the games in one place. Other than the development cost that it'll already take to implement a feature such as this, there isn't really a discernible downside. Switching gears a little bit, what sort of features or pieces of content from earlier Division titles would you like to see implemented into the new mainline Division titles or the new spin-off titles? As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts about what you want in the new Division games. Let me know what you thought about the Division content vault or the Division launcher. Curious to know what people think about all that stuff. Would you be interested in older pieces of Division content returning to new Division games? Let me know your thoughts down below. As always guys, my name has been Deltah. I appreciate you guys if you watched this far. If you guys are enjoying my videos, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe or that like button, or just let me know what you guys think. Really appreciate it. At any rate guys, have a good one. My name has been Deltah. Have a good day. Stay cool. I know it's hot out. And yeah, Deltah out. Peace.